is me, Terrible. It is time for the Week 5 review. Pretty good week. Lots of crazy games, including the game of the week. This one, we had to wait, an extra hour for it to start. But when it did, it's a pretty good one. I almost was just wishing it would end. It was getting so late, but it ended up being an incredible finish. Cowboys had a fourth down touchdown, got them the win, so game of the week right here. But there are lots of deserving ones, including the one that started on Thursday. Bucks, Falcons. Falcons ended up getting the dub, 36-30. This one was crazy. Of course, I started it off with a loss. I picked the Bucks. Falcons got the win. They have 3 close wins. They're 3-2. All of their wins are either a last-second field goal, OT, or somebody choked. It is absolutely crazy what the Falcons are doing right now. The Buccaneers, they played well, but couldn't fight them off. They still dropped 30. Baker played well. Let's take a look at the scoring plays. Falcons started it off. Drake London touchdown. Then Mike Evans scored. Bucks got a field goal. Darnell Mooney. He had a quality performance. He had a touchdown in the second quarter. Mike Evans got his second for the day. Younghoe Koo made a field goal. Sterling Shepard, haven't heard his name for a little while. Even he scored, so Bucks are up 24-17 at halftime. Younghoe Koo field goal. McLaughlin field goal. Mooney scores again in the fourth. Bucks got a field goal. Falcons got a field goal to send it to overtime. And then KhaDarel Hodge, he went in because, who was it? Was it Drake London who got injured? And he got put into the game. And look what happened. Makes the game-winning play. That's crazy. So yeah, 36-30. Falcons got the dub. Baker, he was solid. 180, 3 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins, he was crazy in this one. 42 for 58, 509 yards, 4 TDs, 1 pick. Quality stuff. Quality. Rashad White, 70 yards. Bucky Irving, 44. Bijan Robinson at 60. Drake London, big day for him. 12 catches, 154 yards, and a touchdown. Darnell Mooney ended up with 9 catches, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And KhaDarel Hodge, 2 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown, including the game winner. On the other side, Chris Godwin, 5 catches, 64 yards. Mike Evans, 5 for 62 and 2 touchdowns. And yeah, Sterling Shepard had that 1 catch for 4 yards and a touchdown. Crazy good game to start the week. And Sunday, we had the very first game of the year in London. And they sent a pretty good one over there. It was Jets versus the Vikings. And early on, it seemed like it was gonna be a quick one. It was a blowout. Vikings, they got ahead. They had a field goal. Andrew Van Ginkel had a pick 6. Seems like everywhere he plays, he ends up with a pick 6. CJ Ham, 2-yard run. Don't even know who that is, but we learned about him today. But yeah, 17-0. But before the half ends, Aaron Rodgers, Al Lazard, they had a nice quick drive there. We were able to get on the board, so heading into halftime, 17-7, not too bad. In the third quarter, Greg Zuerlein, field goal, cuts it 7. So they're right there in this one. But then Vikings pretty early, they got the field goal. But Jets score. They get it right back. And they score. And 3-point game. Vikings, they drove down, ended up taking a field goal. 6-point game, so the Jets were there. The Jets had the ball. They were driving, kinda. And then Aaron Rodgers just threw it to Stephon Gilmore, and that was that. That was it. So Vikings hold on. They go to 5-0. The Jets are 2-3, and they just fired their coach, Robert Saleh. He's gone. He's gone, just like that. He's out of there. That'll be it. Looking at the stats, Rodgers, 29 for 54, 244, 2 TDs, 3 picks. Sam Darnold, 14 for 31, 179, 1 pick. Nick Mullins, he actually threw a pass in this one, I think when Darnold got hurt, right? But yeah, one for 24 yards. Yeah, the Jets couldn't run the ball. Brees Hall, 2.6 a carry, same with Braylon Allen. Same thing with the Vikings, they really did not run the ball well. Ty Chandler, 30 yards, Aaron Jones, 29, so not much going there, but Garrett Wilson ended up with 13 catches for 100 yards, 1 TD. Al Lazard, 4 for 34, and a touchdown. Justin Jefferson at 6 for 92, Addison at 3 for 36. But yeah, they really didn't have much going on with the offense. They're usually a bit more high-powered, but we're definitely able to lean on the defense in this one. Defense has been great all year. That Vikings team, it's crazy. It's crazy what they've been doing. So they're 5-0. They got to be happy. Heading into the 1 o'clock games, we had Bears, Panthers, the famous trade for the first overall pick. But yeah, the Bears definitely won that because they won this game. They destroyed them, 36-10. Absolute destruction. They're 3-2. Panthers fall to 1-4. Figured they would get this one. The Panthers, Sam Darnold, he may have brought some new life to them, but they still have some problems. So it is what it is. But Chuba Hubbard, he actually struck first, 38-yard TD run. But then DJ Moore caught one. Roschon Johnson ran one in after a nice drive. DeAndre Swift later in the quarter gets one. And then they were able to pretty much double dip and score again before the half. DJ Moore, 30-yard pass. I forget how they got the ball back for that one. They turned it over on downs. Yikes. And then they missed a field goal, so that's rough. That's really rough. So yeah, 27-7 at half. It felt like it was already over. Bears got a field goal. Panthers got a field goal. Roschon Johnson runs one in the fourth. 36-10. That's where we end up. But probably the best game of the year for Caleb Williams. 20 for 29, 304 yards, and 2 TDs. DeAndre Swift, 21 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Roschon Johnson, 10 carries for 25 and 2 touchdowns. DJ Moore, 5 for 105 and 2 touchdowns. Cole Kmet, 3 for 57. Swift had 47 yards receiving as well. Andy Dalton, not his best day. They actually ended up putting Bryce Young in later in the game, and it really didn't make a difference. But Chuba Hubbard ended up with 97 yards rushing. That's not too bad. Got a TD. Jalen Coker, 4 catches, 68 yards. That's who the Panthers got leading them. Not the best game from Deontay Johnson, but he's been good the last few weeks, so they'll be fine. But Bears defense looking pretty solid, so nice win for them. I got that one right, luckily, so 2-1 at this point. And then up next, maybe this should have been game of the week, but Ravens, Bengals. What a crazy one this was. This was back and forth. This one was good. Ravens ended up being clutch. Lamar tried to blow it. No, I'm kidding, but just crazy stuff. Just a crazy game. Overtime game, 41-38. I did pick the Ravens, so this was a good one. But yeah, so in overtime, it was the Lamar fumble. Gave it right to the Bengals. Got in field goal range. They missed the field goal. Ravens get the ball back, and then they hit the field goal. So that's how it was. That is how it was. And then you had Burrow throw the pick at the end of the fourth. Rough game for them because he had a crazy good day. He really did. Burrow had 392 yards, 5 TDs, 1 pick. Crazy day for him. Lamar, 348 and 4 touchdowns. You don't usually see that from him throwing. Usually it's like a bit less than that, but then a lot of rushing yards. He had 55 rushing yards in this one, but he was chucking today. He was chucking. But yeah, they both crazy good games from the QBs. Derrick Henry had 92 yards and a touchdown. Charlie Kohler had 3 catches, 64 yards and a touchdown. Zay Flowers, 7 for 111. Rashad Bateman, 4 for 58 and a touchdown. Isaiah Likely, 3 catches, 13 yards, 2 touchdowns, so big day for him as well. Mark Andrews, 4 for 55. So, yeah, Jamar Chase on the other side, 10 for 193 and 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins, 9 for 83, 2 touchdowns. Chase Brown even caught a touchdown. So, everybody was scoring in this one. Everybody. So, crazy game. Gotta love these divisional matchups. It's tough for the Bengals, though. They are now 1-4. They're still, they still could be okay, but they gotta start winning. They got a good team. Well, that's debatable, but they could make the playoffs. They should be able to, but will they? I don't know. Ravens are 3-2. They're in a pretty good spot after maybe not the best start from them, but they're fine. This one will be pretty quick. This one was, I missed a lot of the good 1 o'clock games because I was looking at this one, but the Pats versus the Dolphins. Brutal stuff. Dolphins had a field goal. Ramondre Stevenson didn't fumble, but he ran in a touchdown. Third quarter, Pats are up. They're up 10-3. They get a field goal. Dolphins get 2 field goals. We go into the fourth of this exhilarating matchup. 9-10 was the score. And then Alec Angle ran one in after a drive. And they failed the 2, and then that was it. The Pats, they were lucky to score once in this one. This was, Brissett's terrible. But the line is not good enough for Drake May to go out there for him to do well. I don't think he would do maybe a little better, but he would take some hits. It's tough, but 18 for 34, 160. He was terrible. Ramondre, 89 yards and a touchdown. Demario Douglas, 6 for 59. Tyreek Hill, 6 for 69. Jonnu Smith had a pretty good day, 5 for 62. That's not bad for him. Jalen Wright, 86 yards rushing. Mostert had 80. Achane had, he left the game with a concussion, I believe, so he's probably going to be out for a little bit, unfortunately. But yeah, Dolphins get the win. They get 15-10. They are now 2-3. The Pats are 1-4. And looking at the number 1 pick, which they could definitely use. Yeah, for sure. Next one. This one was an easy pick. We had Commanders over the Browns. Browns have been very disappointing this year. The Commanders have been incredible. I didn't realize they would be this good this quickly. I thought it would take a little bit. I just didn't think they would be that good this year. Not that they would be stuck there. Not that Daniels couldn't develop. I didn't think he'd be like that. He's out there doing, CJ Stroud type of rookie year. He's been dominant, for sure. But, yeah. Commanders, Brian Robinson scores the first one. Browns got a field goal. Commanders field goal. Brian Robinson gets another. De'Ami Brown, 41-yard touchdown pass, so you haven't heard much from him. But big 41-yard touchdown pass from Daniels, so that's good for him. I forget if he's a rookie or second year or what year he is, but yeah. Browns end up getting another field goal. Commanders, Jeremy McNichols. I don't know this guy, but he keeps scoring. I might have to pick him up. They get another field goal, so 34-6 going into the fourth, and then Browns get a touchdown pass pretty much in garbage time, but Watson is terrible. Stefanski is probably also terrible. And they are in a tricky spot, that's for sure. But yeah, 34-13, 4-1. The Commanders are, and the Browns 1-4. So they're struggling. But speaking of 1-4, the Jags get their first W. Yes, congratulations. They took down the Colts. I guess the Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since something crazy like 2014, something like that. But yeah, the streak continues. Colts struck first. What's crazy is this one was 20-10 going into the fourth, and the Colts put up 24 points. The Jaguars put up 17 and got the win. Absolutely crazy game. But yeah, Pittman scores. Jaguars field goal. Brian Thomas Jr. massive touchdown in the second quarter. Colts field goal. Jaguars field goal. Tank Bigsby. But yeah, the fumble recovery. I forget what happened with that one. I forget if he fumbled or something weird happened there. Either way, Tank Bigsby, he was able to score. And then this fourth quarter, it just goes crazy. So yeah, Jags are up 20-17. And, 20-10. And then boom, Mo Alley Cox touchdown. Brenton Strange fires back, he scores. Colts get a field goal. Jaguars, Tank Bigsby, 65-yard TD run. Put them up 2 touchdowns, so that it didn't seal it, but it should have. But the Colts, they scored pretty quickly, and then got the ball back, and then scored quickly again. All of a sudden, it's just tie with 2 minutes left. Jaguars run the clock down nicely, kick the field goal, get the win. So, what a crazy game. What a crazy game that one was. I wish I saw more of it, but I was watching the Patriots. Jags are now 1-4. Colts are 2-3. They are in trouble. They're in trouble. Flacco, he looked pretty good though. 359 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's pretty good. Lawrence, good game from him. 371, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Tank Bigsby ended up with 100 yards, 2 TDs. Sermon, 38 yards and a touchdown. Alec Pierce, 134 yards and a touchdown. It's pretty crazy. Pittman and Mo Alley Cox, both 37 yards and a touchdown as well. Brian Thomas Jr., 5 catches, 122 yards, 1 touchdown. Christian Kirk, 4 for 88. So, wow, crazy stuff. Lots of offense in that one. But I picked the Colts, of course, so got that one wrong. That's rough. That's brutal. But the next 1 o'clock game, another one I got wrong, but it was a great game, so I can't be mad about that. But the Bills versus the Texans, this game was very good. Another very good game. Excellent game. But yeah, 23-20. Texans ended up getting the dub. Here's how it went down. Bills got a field goal. Cam Akers scored. Nico Collins, 67-yard TD from Stroud. That's the first quarter. They're up 14-3. But definitely slowed down after that, that's for sure. But they got a field goal. And 17-3 at half. Third quarter. Another field goal. They're up 20-3, but Bills, they have a nice drive. James Cook runs it in. They get a stop. Keon Coleman, 49-yard touchdown pass from Josh Allen, just like that, 17-20. And we head into the fourth. Bills tie it up 20-all. And then, well, let's see how it played out. We're at 20-all. And Texans punt. The Bills end up punting. And then that was enough for, I guess, Stroud. They needed not that many yards to get Fairbairn a 59-yarder. But yeah, that one was crazy too. Oh, so many games it just came down to the end, and then somebody hits a field goal to finish it off. Absolutely crazy. But CJ Stroud, 331 yards, 1 TD, 1 pick. Allen, 131 for 1 TD. He was awful. 9 for 30. That's really bad. James Cook, 82 yards and a touchdown. Keon Coleman, 49 yards and a touchdown from that one play. Diggs had 6 catches for 82 yards against his old team. Nico Collins, 2 for 78 and a touchdown. Cam Akers, 41 yards and a touchdown, filling in as basically that third back. But, yeah, what a game. Great win for the Texans. They are 4-1. Bills, I guess that's 2 in a row now, right? They're at 3-2. They have lost 2 straight. And they need something to bounce back. We'll see what happens with them, but they should be fine. Heading into the 4 o'clock games, we have the Raiders versus the Broncos. And I picked the Broncos in this one. Ended up being pretty good because the Broncos, after looking absolutely awful for the first 2 weeks, they've put it together a little bit. They've actually won 3 straight. It also, it helps when your star cornerback gets a pick six, 100-yard pick six. Definitely helps. But the Raiders, they got at him first. Brock Bowers, 57-yard TD pass. Whew. And then they got a field goal, so 10-0 after the first. Broncos field goal. Patrick Surtain, 100-yard pick six. They get the ball again, get a field goal, so 13-10 going into half. Third quarter, Jaleel McLaughlin. He catches one from Bo Nix, and they're up 2 scores. Into the fourth, Bo Nix runs one in after a nice drive. Josh Reynolds catches one. All of a sudden, they've just blown this thing wide open. It's 34-10. But Amir Abdullah runs one in later, and they got the 2, so it ends up being 34-18. Broncos 3-2. That's crazy. That is crazy, but maybe not. Raiders not looking good over there. Not looking good over there. They don't seem to have their coach of the future right now. They are 2-3. It's not great. It's not great at all. But yeah, Gardner Minshew, not the guy. I don't think they're surprised by that. But what was surprising was this Cardinals win. This was a very good win. They had a great comeback. The 49ers, they should have won this one. They didn't do anything in the second half. They did absolutely nothing. Kyler Murray ran one for 50 yards. That one was crazy. Niners field goal. Kittle touchdown, so 10-7. Cardinals field goal. Niners field goal. Blocked field goal. De'Mondre Lenore runs it for a touchdown for the Niners. So their defense really helped them out today. It was the offense that killed them, unfortunately. But Niners got a field goal. They're up 23-10 going into the second half. Cardinals field goal. So they got it to 10. We get into the fourth. Elijah Higgins catches one from Murray. And they went for 2. They got it. So 21-23, and that ended up being a huge difference because get to the end of the game. Cardinals kick the field goal, puts them up 1. They got the dub. They weren't playing for a tie. Forget that. Forget a tie. They don't need that. But yeah, not the best day from Brock Purdy. He had 244, 1 TD, 2 picks. Murray was 195, 1 TD, 1 pick. James Conner, 86 yards rushing. Kyler had 83 and a touchdown. Jordan Mason, he had 89 yards rushing. Brandon Ayuk, 8 catches, 147. Kittle was 8 for 64 and a touchdown. Michael Wilson, he was 5 for 78. McBride, 6 for 53. Great win for the Cardinals. They needed it. They were staring down 1-4, but they're 2-3 now, and they're the exact same as the Niners. So, what a game from them. What a game. Niners blew that one, unfortunately. Alright, up next, we have the Packers versus the Rams. I feel like I didn't catch much of this one, but it seemed like the Packers won it pretty handily. Josh Jacobs ran one in. Kyron Williams runs one in. Jalen McCallum, don't even know who that is, but oh wait, okay, it's a pick six. That's why. All right, but then the extra point got blocked, and yeah, that happened. They didn't return it though, or they did return it. They returned the pick six. get the PAT. There we go. We're good. All right. Packers field goal. So 13-10 at half. And then third quarter, Tucker Kraft says, "Okay, I'll take over." 66-yard TD, then a 7-yard TD. So Love was feeding him. And then in the fourth, Demarcus Robinson, he caught one from Stafford. They didn't get the 2, but that did cut it to 5. So 24-19. Nice win for the Packers. They go to 3-2. Rams are in a tough spot. They're at 1-4. Not looking like a great year for them. But yeah, Love 224. 2 TDs, 1 pick. Stafford was 260. 1 TD, 1 pick. Kyren, 102 yards and a touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 73 yards and a touchdown. Jordan Whittington, 7 for 89. And Kraft ended up with 4 for 88, 2 touchdowns. So, what a day for him. What a day. And I believe we are at one more 4 o'clock game. Yes, Giants Seahawks. Of course, I picked the Seahawks in this one. That was not great. That was not great. They've beaten up on some weaker teams, and I thought they could do the same with the Giants, but the Giants had other plans. First TD of the game, 102-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Rayshawn Jenkins for the Seahawks. So defense helps them get a good start. Wan'Dale Robinson scores for the Giants. They get a field goal. Seahawks get a field goal, so 10-10 at half. This was a good one. Slayton caught one from Daniel Jones, 30 yards. Seahawks field goal. Giants field goal, so 7-point game going into the fourth. Giants extend the lead with a field goal. JSN gets a touchdown after a long drive. So they cut it to 3, and then Seahawks, they're going to kick a field goal to tie it. Gets blocked. Return for a TD. A lot of that stuff today. A lot of that stuff. But yeah, crazy good win for the Giants, that's for sure. Daniel Jones was solid. 257 yards, 2 TDs. Geno, 284 and a touchdown. He had 72 yards rushing too. Tyrone Tracy, 129 yards rushing for the Giants. That's crazy. Darius Slayton, 8 for 122 and a touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson, 6 for 36 and a touchdown. Tyler Lockett had 4 for 75. Kenneth Walker, 7 for 57. Didn't do much rushing. JSN, 4 for 31 and a touchdown. So, yeah, Giants are 2-3. Seattle falls to 3-2, but they should be okay for now. But we head into the Sunday night game right here. Game of the week. Obviously, there could have been lots of games picked for this one, but yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy good Sunday for football. But Cowboys get a field goal. Steelers get a field goal. This is after waiting for the rain delay, or not rain delay, but whatever the weather was. Cowboys field goal, so only 6-3 at half. Steelers are able to strike first. Connor Hayward gets a touchdown, so that gave them the lead. Rico Dowdle caught one from Dak. They get the lead back. Pat Freiermuth, with 5 minutes left, he gets one from Fields after a good drive. And then, towards the end of the game, on 4th down, I don't know if I forget if it was like a 4th and something, or if it was 4th and goal. It might have been 4th and goal, right? But Dak finds Jalen Tolbert. Touchdown. Game. Pretty much game. There's a few seconds left, but yeah. Dak, he had 352, 2 TDs, 2 picks. Fields had 2 TDs. Dowdle had 87 yards rushing, and also caught that one. He had 27 yards receiving. Tolbert ended up with 7 for 87 and a touchdown. Jake Ferguson was 6 for 70. Connor Hayward, 2 for 23, touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, 3 for 22 and a touchdown. So Pickens only 3 for 26. So, but yeah, that ended up being a pretty good one to finish the day. And then we do have the Monday night game. I actually didn't see much of this one. I did not really watch any. I didn't get a chance. But we'll go through it. Chiefs got the win, 26-13. I did pick them to win it. Kareem Hunt, touchdown. Chiefs field goal. Rashid Shaheed, touchdown. Chiefs field goal, so 16-7. Going into the half, not much happened in the third. Foster Moreau, he caught a touchdown, so they got the lead, and then looks like Xavier Worthy got another touchdown, another rushing touchdown for him that put it to 10. And then late in the fourth, Chiefs get a field goal, put it up to 13. So yeah, I didn't see much of this one. So just kind of going over the stats. Carr 165, 2 TDs, 1 pick. Mahomes at 331, no TDs, 1 pick. Kareem Hunt turning back the clock, 102 yards and a touchdown. Xavier Worthy ran one in. Kamara didn't do much. Shaheed 4 for 86 and a touchdown. And Foster had that other touchdown as well. Juju ended up with 7 catches, 130 yards. That's crazy. Travis Kelce 9 for 70, no touchdowns. But yeah, Chiefs are still 5-0, just like the Vikings. Saints are 2-3. So